morning, guys. Well, morning for me, and afternoon and evening and next day to some of you other international people. Okay, guys, so I'm excited. I'm in a great mood and I'm feeling fabulous with energy because I'm in a nutritional state of what? Ketosis. Yes, that is the ongoing theme, and the subjects might change soon, but for now, I can't get enough. It's amazing. Okay, so what's the topic of the day? The business. Yes, this is the business at 46 and counting. Yay. Okay, guys. The subject for today is everything. No, really, it's everything plus a couple of little kernels of information, like sugar cravings. What about them? What's the deal with the sugar cravings? Well, everybody seems to have them, but particularly there's a few types that really go through the pounding of the sugar carb cravings. Why? Why? Well, there's a couple reasons why. Number one reason is that when you try to eat low carb and what? High fat. Don't forget the high fat, because a lot of people think that I'm doing a low carb diet and I'm this lean because I'm low carbing it, which would equate to a starvation diet, which is what I don't have, because I maintain a 9 to 10% body fat at 46 with a busted knee, can't run, jump, lunge, or squat. So I'm not able to do traditional workouts with still a very consistent menstrual cycle. So my hormones are in balance. Okay, guys, here we go. So sugar cravings are generally like pounding because people are in a hypoglycemic state where they're suffering from low blood sugar. And how do you get low blood sugar? Well, that's because you tend to go from a moderate to high blood sugar to low because your body's trying to get the glucose out of the blood, because the glucose is chilling out in the blood for a couple of hours. You can get sick, which is what diabetics go through. And people who develop type 2 diabetes tend to have insulin resistance, which means that the insulin, which is the hormone that gets rid of the blood sugar and delivers it somewhere, is not functioning very well. So you have high blood sugar, and then you have low blood sugar, and then you crash, and then you crave more sugar because you can't have energy without eating sugar all the time. Yikes. That's a nightmare. That is probably the main reason why you crave the sugar, because the brain is not getting enough glucose, and it starts to, I need more, and it's pounding, eat more carbs. So it's not a psychological thing. A lot of people suggest to go to a therapist because they love to eat a lot of carbohydrates, and it's not that. It's your body pounding, your brain pounding for more sugar. Primary reason. And when you drive ketosis, for those who just came in to the conversation, for those who are trying the ketogenic diet for the first time or they're hearing about it, you have to lower your carbohydrates, all those nasty processed starches that you've been eating and all the GMO fruits and all that crap, and eat quality fats and eat a lot of it. We want to retrain the brain from going from burning glucose, which is sugar, to burning ketones, which is units of lovely fat that we want to burn because we're not starving. We've got food all around us, but our bodies don't realize that there is food accessible everywhere. So once it does, and once it realizes that it's not starving, it burns the fat, and you get what? The business, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so another reason why people are craving the carbohydrates and sugars is because they have leptin resistance, and they have metabolic derangement, which means their metabolism is broken. Can it be fixed? Yes! That's the beauty of it. It can be fixed. It's so freaking awesome how as fast as, well, actually it's a long process to destroy our bodies, which we do, and 90% of the Americans are metabolically broken adults. And for people around the world, they're starting to catch up with our little sick-ass country. I mean, as far as like physical sickness, and I'll leave the other stuff alone for now. I digress. Okay. So, what else? Well, let's go into this whole leptin resistance. So leptin is a hormone that would normally really be a signal in nature if we were to live with our toes between the dirt like we used to tell us that we have enough body fat. And so the signals to the brain go, we don't need to eat more because we have enough body fat for survival. Well, that mechanism is broken, and then you want to eat all the time. The brain's like, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me. And then you want to eat carbs and sugar all the time. People are like, what the heck is leptin? Well, you produce it, but it's not getting into the cell to signal the brain to do what? To tell your body that there's enough fat storage and to stop eating. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh my gosh, serotonin. So serotonin makes you feel, it's a neurotransmitter, and it makes you feel balanced. And what happens? That becomes downregulated. How? From eating too much carbohydrate. Because what? Carbohydrates are poison to the body. Yes, in excess. And what is excess? People think that like eating carbs all day is in excess. It is. But actually more than 8 ounces, 2 teaspoons is in excess. And we burn through that in a bowl of frickin' cereal in a second. 2 teaspoons, that's nothing. But that's all our bodies can handle before things start to go terribly wrong. Whew. I love getting in contact with your nervous system. It's like, it's so awesome. You feel alive. And people are just trying to be too cool. They're like stiff, and they're like, they try to bend over, and their hamstrings are tight, and they have lower back stiffness, and they develop sciatica through the sciatic nerve that goes all the way down their leg because they're sitting all day long. I digress. So, people, what do they do? What do they do? What do they do? They drink coffee. Coffee? What's that gonna do? I need my coffee. No, you don't, people. That's not natural. Why do you need caffeine to make yourself feel balanced? I mean, when you're a kid, you're like, nah, 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 nah. You're a kid, you're stoked. You're not like, nah, nah, nah. Mommy, give me my coffee. Really? Really? Okay, so I'm just trying to remind people that, you know, these things aren't normal. People think, oh, no, it's normal. No, it's not normal. Okay? It's not normal to be depressed. It's not. It's not normal to suffer from schizophrenia and mental disorders. It is an autism because of the damn processed, crappy-ass foods and carbohydrates that we're consuming in excess. That's creating problematic things here and in our gut. Shouldn't be bloated, people, right? You shouldn't be constipated. Your teeth should fit in your mouth at birth. I mean, well, you don't have teeth not when at birth, but the mother should be eating, with epigenetics, your mother should be eating quality foods, so when you are born and grow up to be an adult, you should have all your teeth fit in your mouth. Your faces shouldn't be smashed together. So interesting, if you go to the Western Price organization, you'll learn about all of that. This dentist that went around was like checking out remote tribes and realizing that people's faces were whiter because their feet fit in their mouth because they weren't eating all those nasty grains and carbohydrates and sugars and all that stuff. But I digress. What else? what else? So we got leptin resistance. We got the fact that you eat a bunch of carbs because you have low energy, and then you crash, and then you need more carbs, and then we've got the serotonin issue. That's it, serotonin, and that becomes downregulated in a lifetime of eating too much processed foods. So the only time you actually feel good, that balance hormone, is when you're eating. And so you're eating, you're like, oh God, it's so good, so delicious, oh, love it. And then you stop, and then you start to think about it again. You start to fantasize and fixate about eating the food again. Because the brain, the dopamine receptors are out of balance, whacked out. And then you can't sleep because serotonin is the precursor to what? Melatonin. And melatonin does what? Put you to sleep like a little baby. And what do people do? They take melatonin supplements. And what does that do? That stops your body from producing its own melatonin. Now then you're awake at night, and then you can't wake up in the morning because your cortisol is in the wrong order. Cortisol is the hormone I have right now to raise your blood sugar levels, to wake you up, to get your systems going, to get the blood flow to go. Heart, blood thickness, and wake up. Get excited. And you know what you guys need to do? Stop looking at your time. Stop trying to predict your body in numbers. I'm going to reiterate that until you finally get it. That the reason why you don't have the body that you want is the body that you want. The body that we all fantasize about having is because your body is a representation of what? Your mind. So if you don't like your body, change your mind. Change your personality. And that's what I did to get the body I want at 46, going on 47. And 4 years, almost 5, in ketosis, and I will keep reminding you until it's redundant. Well, plus I get the occasional new people who tune in and probably need to know that busted my knee, 10 surgeries, can't run, jump, lunge, or squat. So how am I able to get the business? How am I able to get so lean and not, as you can see, I'm not all vascular, so there's no, I'm having striations, and I'm building muscle all the time. Muscle in ketosis, almost 5 years with 0 refeeds. I've had 0, none. No cheating, no alcohol, no carbohydrates, no sugar, no chocolate, none of it. People are like, how can you do that? That's a true sign of an addictive person, because there are so many foods that you can eat on the ketogenic diet to be in a nutritional state of ketosis that are so damn good you have no idea. People, start spicing your food. What's up? Why do people always try to make carb-like substitutes? I need to do a video on it because I do for fun, and I have my breakfast sandwich in the morning, but I'm not trying to just constantly make 20 different types of carb-like substitutes with coconut flour because I'm trying to repeat the old self. You have to create a new self if you want to create a new body. Now, potassium is another reason why you guys are not adapting. We gotta hurry. You're not adapting because potassium is another mineral that helps you regulate sugar cravings. So get your potassium, your magnesium, and your calcium, but mainly potassium because you lose a lot in ketosis. Potassium, leptin, melatonin, and overeating carbohydrates will create sugar cravings. You guys should check out Gymnema sylvestre. It's an herb that is fabulous. You can chew on it. I get the extract on your tongue. 4,000 units is what will take away the carb cravings, which is hard to find because you only find it in 400. Or you can chew on it, and it'll taste like ass. It'll taste like poo. Carbs. Gotta go. Work out. Peace out. Bink.